Andrew Berry talked about the way he sees leadership in the Browns locker room.
Yeah, I think when you talk about leadership, Daryl, that, leadership takes many forms. And, it's not just if you have a C on your chest, like, to be a leader. I think that responsibility is really shared, across the locker room. You have some guys who you're, passionate, fiery, vocal guys. You have some guys that, say your Nick Chubb types that are, don't say much, but just do their jobs and lead by example. And I think that burden is really, it's a shared responsibility. Ultimately, like, you need that as part of your organization. You need that as part of your locker room to navigate the tough moments and to navigate through adversity. And that's something that we're going to need to be able to do over the next 2.5 months. So, it's probably a good question at the end of the year, and certainly a challenge for our guys. But I like our team. I like our locker room, and I think that we do have the guys that can navigate that effectively. But we have to go out and do it.
G. Bush, defensively, Myles Garrett has been that, and I think they really miss Anthony Walker. I think that was an underrated part of he was a guy that just kind of held everything together on that side of the ball, and we're finding that after he's gone.
Yeah, you don't really know what you're missing until sometimes you take that ingredient out of the mix. And I think Anthony Walker, just from a standpoint of getting guys lined up, letting guys know where they're supposed to be, and he checks at the line of scrimmage. He's doing all those different things from a communication standpoint. So that's going to be definitely someone you're going to miss in the middle of your defense. That is pretty much going to be playing the role of a coach that's on the field in terms of getting guys lined up and doing those things like that. I also think, for me, I like leaders who just make plays. Sometimes he mentioned people that are vocal. Sometimes they're guys who are silent leaders. They show you what they're gonna do. For me, I think the most important type of leaders the Browns actually needed in order to snap out of this little losing streak at the beginning of the season was, we need guys to make plays. Sometimes you could do a lot of talking and rah-rah and everything, but it just boils down to, hey, when you got an opportunity to get your hands on the football, did you catch it as a receiver or and as a DB? When you get your hands on the football, did you pick it off? Did you intercept the football? Because like Barry said earlier in the show, he said every game is so close. It's it's 3 to 4 minor little things that really can be the difference between winning or losing. And for me, the process of figuring out what the best leader does, the best leader says, put it on me. I'll make the play, right? If it comes to a time where we need to get a sack, sometimes your coach ain't going to send a blitz, right? So Myles Garrett has to say, come hell or high water, I got to get home on this play. And those are the things that I appreciate when I'm looking for a leader. Give me the guy that's not only going to be able to do it, but he's going to show other guys how to do the same thing he's doing, how to be effective on the same level that he is. So, there are different types of leaders, but I think one of the leaders the leadership qualities that people kind of skim over is just the simple fact that you need to make plays, and making plays is blocking, tackling, and what it is, and defense, and that stuff travels from year to year, generation to generation. It's nothing different.